Hello, I'm Dr. Annadale, and I teach philosophy at Mount St. Mary's University and Seminary in Emmitsburg, Maryland. Our text today is the Pensees of Pascal by TS Eliot. This essay is about 13 pages long, about 5,000 words. It is Eliot's introduction to a 1958 English translation of Pascal's Pensees. You can find it in Eliot's selected essays. You can also find it free on Project Gutenberg. I will put a link in the description below. Eliot begins by rehearsing Pascal's biography, including his 1654 mystical experience. He calls Pascal a scientist, psychologist, and moralist, but notes that he was not a theologian, nor was he a systematic philosopher. Pascal was a passionate man. Eliot writes, his intellectual passion for truth was reinforced by his passionate dissatisfaction with human life, unless a spiritual explanation could be found. Pascal's method, Eliot says, is a method of rejection and elimination. That is to say, Pascal finds himself and his experience of the world to be a certain way, and casts about for explanations, both religious and non-religious, and on sorting them through, finds that Christianity, and specifically Catholicism, provides the best or even the only explanation for his lived experience of the world. So Pascal starts not, as Voltaire might, with the question, is this plausible? But rather he starts with the question, does this explain what needs explaining? This method seems perverse to the non-believer, but Eliot calls it the right method for a Christian thinker. Fans of G.K. Chesterton and C.S. Lewis may recognize a similar method in these 20th century authors. Eliot also notes that Pascal's great adversary in the Pensees is Montaigne, with his insidious fog-like scepticism. Here's a long quote. Eliot writes, Montaigne succeeded in giving expression to the skepticism of every human being. For every man who thinks and lives by thought must have his own skepticism, that which stops at the question, that which ends in denial, or that which leads to faith, and which is somehow integrated into the faith which transcends it. And Pascal, as the type of one kind of religious believer, which is highly passionate and ardent, but passionate only through a powerful and regulated intellect, is, in the first sections of his unfinished apology for Christianity, facing unflinchingly the demon of doubt which is inseparable from the spirit of belief. Pascal is at once worldly and ascetic. He synthesizes these seemingly opposite qualities in his personality. He is driven, says Eliot, by a kind of despair through a dark night of the soul, which is the necessary prelude to the joy of faith. Pascal succeeds where Descartes fails, through Descartes' overemphasis on the geometrical spirit. And Eliot concludes his essay with these words, I can think of no Christian writer, not Newman even, more to be commended than Pascal, to those who doubt, but who have the mind to conceive, and the sensibility to feel the disorder, the futility, the meaninglessness, the mystery of life and suffering, and who can only find peace through a satisfaction of the whole being. That's T.S. Eliot's The Pensees of Pascal. Read the whole thing, as they say. That's all for today. Thanks.